Welcome to MaxLife Man, your essential YouTube channel, expertly led by our top expert, Dr. Sterling Thorne. Dr. Thorne and his top team from the prestigious Evergreen Peaks Institute bring years of dedicated research and hands-on experience in men's health. We deliver insightful, heartfelt podcasts designed to optimize your health and unlock your best self. Let me be honest with you, man to man. It's not your heart, it's not your diet. Sometimes the real reason your energy, confidence, and drive have been fading after 60 is a private habit no one talks about. Yes, I'm talking about masturbation. Now before you scroll away or roll your eyes, hear me out. This isn't about judgment. It's about science. What if I told you that how and how often you stimulate yourself could be messing with your testosterone levels, your prostate health, and even the way your brain regulates libido? That's right. In today's podcast, we're diving deep into what urologists, researchers, and real men over 60 are finally starting to discuss. The truth about senior intimacy, swollen prostate, and natural recovery after 60. And no, the solution isn't some overpriced supplement or miracle root from the Himalayas. It's about timing, awareness, recovery, and yes, respect for your body's rhythm. By the end of this video, you'll walk away with practical advice, backed by science, on how to reclaim your vitality without shame and feel like yourself again. But first, let me ask you, have you ever noticed feeling tired, foggy, or less yourself after too much time alone? Leave a 1 in the comments if that sounds familiar or a 0 if you've never felt that way. Let's talk about it. Openly, respectfully. Like men who want to live strong, not just long, let's begin. The common mistake men make at breakfast. You know what's funny? Most men over 60 think they're eating clean in the morning. But what they're really doing is slowing down their blood flow before the day even starts. Cereal, white toast with margarine, maybe a banana and black coffee. Sound familiar? That's the classic American breakfast. It's also the breakfast that quietly wrecks circulation, especially in older men. Let me ask you this. What's the first thing you usually eat in the morning? Comment it below. And be honest, no one's judging here. Just men sharing real habits. Here's the issue. Refined carbs like white bread and sugary cereals spike your blood sugar fast. And that sugar spike triggers a drop in nitric oxide, the molecule that helps your blood vessels relax and expand. Without enough nitric oxide, blood flow becomes sluggish. And sluggish blood flow means less oxygen getting to your muscles. And yes, to your lower brain, too. According to a 2023 summary from Harvard Health, a carb-heavy breakfast without antioxidants or nitrates may reduce vascular elasticity for several hours. In simple terms, you're starting your day with stiff arteries. And stiff arteries, that means poor energy, poor recovery, poor performance. So again, think about your current breakfast. Is it helping you or holding you back, you tell me? Story James, 66, and his cold legs every morning. I once had a patient, James, 66 years old, a retired carpenter from Indiana. He came to me feeling frustrated, not because of pain, but because every morning his legs felt cold and heavy, like wading through wet concrete. He told me, "Doc, I walk, I stretch, but by 9 a.m. my feet feel like bricks. And to be honest, down there, it's like the engine's still asleep." Now here's the surprising part. He wasn't eating junk. He thought he was being healthy. His breakfast, a bowl of multigrain cereal with skim milk and a banana. No added sugar. But someone asked a great question in the comments last week, and I'm glad you did. Doctor, can whole grain cereal really harm circulation too? Excellent question, and here's the truth. It's not just about sugar. Even complex carbohydrates, when eaten alone without nitrate-rich vegetables or healthy fats, can still spike insulin. This is especially true for men over 60, whose metabolism naturally slows down. And that insulin spike, it actually shuts down nitric oxide production, the very molecule responsible for relaxing your blood vessels. That's according to the Mayo Clinic's 2022 Cardiovascular Health Review. Back to James. We switched his breakfast to something a little unconventional, a beetroot smoothie, a boiled egg, and a handful of walnuts. And within just 2 weeks, he came back smiling. He told me, "Doc, my feet aren't cold anymore, and my mornings feel alive again, you know what I mean." Yes, James, we know exactly what you mean. So now I want to ask you, have you ever felt heavy in the legs or numb where it counts before noon? Drop a yes or no in the comments. Let's talk about it. You're not alone. The one food that boosts blood flow. There's one food that consistently shows up in cardiovascular research, sports science, and yes, even urology clinics. It's not flashy, it's not expensive, and no, it's not some exotic powder from a faraway rainforest. It's beetroot. That's right, plain old beetroot. The same earthy, ruby-red root your grandmother may have boiled for dinner. Beets are rich in dietary nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, the master key to blood flow. Nitric oxide relaxes blood vessels, widens them, and allows blood to move more freely to where it needs to go, including your heart, your brain, your muscles, and yes, even down there. According to a 2023 report from Harvard Health Publishing, consuming beetroot, whether as juice, roasted, or raw, can significantly improve vascular elasticity and lower blood pressure within hours. That's not speculation. That's not folklore. That's biochemistry at work. In fact, one clinical trial from the American Journal of Physiology found that older men who drank beetroot juice daily for 2 weeks showed measurable increases in endothelial function, meaning the cells lining their blood vessels actually worked better. So when I tell my patients to start their day with beets, I'm not just handing out advice. I'm offering them a simple, natural upgrade rooted in decades of research. And often it's the first domino. Energy rises. Blood pressure drops. Libido returns. They feel like themselves again. How it works in nitric oxide and morning circulation. Let's break it down real simple. You eat beets. Beets are packed with natural nitrates. Your body turns those nitrates into nitric oxide. And nitric oxide, it's like a green light for your blood vessels. It tells your arteries, hey, relax, open up, let the blood flow. And when that happens, everything improves, from oxygen delivery to your muscles, to the performance of the organ that doesn't wear a necktie but still wants to stand tall. Now here's the problem. As we age, especially after 60, our natural ability to produce nitric oxide drops dramatically. According to a review in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, men in their 60s can have up to 75% lower nitric oxide levels than they did at age 30. Let that sink in. That's like trying to run a high-performance engine on a clogged fuel line. So when you start your morning with beetroot, or better yet, a beetroot smoothie with a pinch of black pepper to boost absorption, you're not just eating healthy. You're giving your circulatory system a literal jump start. It's like charging your internal battery before the day even begins. And look, if that kind of power-up doesn't convince you to subscribe to this channel, I don't know what will. Maybe I need to start handing out free beets. Or better yet, if you hit the subscribe button right now, I'll personally send you one imaginary beet, certified organic, grown in the fertile fields of my deepest respect for men who take charge of their health. Seriously, though, Don't miss what's coming next. We're just getting started. The right way to eat beets for maximum effect. You know, after the last episode on circulation and breakfast, I got a letter. A real letter handwritten in cursive. That alone deserves applause. It was from Walter, 70 years old, from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Here's what he wrote. Dr. Thorne, I've been drinking beet juice every morning since your last podcast. I blend it, I chug it, and, well, to be honest, nothing's changed. My feet are still cold. My mornings still drag. What am I missing? Walter H. Walter, I appreciate you, brother, and I'm glad you wrote in, because you're not alone. See, most guys think beet juice equals magic, but the truth is how you eat it matters just as much as eating it at all. Let me explain. Beets contain nitrates, but they need to be converted by bacteria in your mouth into nitrite and then into nitric oxide. That means if you're using mouthwash right after brushing, you're actually killing the good bacteria that kickstart the process. Yes, Harvard Health confirmed this in a 2021 report. Mouthwash can reduce nitric oxide production by up to 90% for several hours. Second, beet juice by itself is missing the stabilizers. What do I mean? When you pair beets with a little fat, like a boiled egg, a few walnuts, or a slice of avocado, you slow down absorption, stabilize blood sugar, and prolong the nitric oxide effect. It's like switching from a firecracker to a steady burning candle. So Walter, here's your action plan. Skip the mouthwash in the morning. Just rinse with water. Eat beets in whole form when possible, roasted, steamed, or in smoothies. Pair it with healthy fat and protein. A boiled egg, some nuts, even half an avocado. It's not magic, it's mechanics. Simple changes that let your body do what it's built to do, just better. Beetroot versus cereal, what's killing your energy? Let me ask you straight up, what's your go-to breakfast? Type it below, the brand, the flavor, be honest. I'll wait. Because here's the truth most men don't want to hear. Your favorite cereal may be what's killing your circulation. Not just your energy, not just your focus, but your blood flow, your testosterone, your drive. Let's compare. Cereal, even healthy ones, high in refined carbs, often full of added sugars, even if the label says natural. Spikes blood glucose and insulin, temporarily blocks nitric oxide production. Beetroot with egg and nuts, rich in natural nitrates, right arrow boosts nitric oxide, stabilizes blood sugar, improves endothelial function, supports testosterone and libido. According to the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, older adults who eat low-glycemic, nitrate-rich breakfasts have better morning circulation, lower blood pressure, and improved vascular tone compared to those eating standard high-carb breakfasts. In other words, cereal gets you that 20-minute sugar high, then leaves you crashing cold and craving more carbs by 10 a.m. Beets, they get you glowing, steady, alive. So again, I want to know, are you a cereal man or a beet man? Drop it in the comments. No shame, just truth. The power combo, beets plus eggs plus avocado. Sometimes it's not just what you eat, it's how the pieces come together. If beetroot is the spark, then eggs and avocado, they're the stabilizers, the ground wire, the rhythm that holds the current. Here why. Eggs, especially the yolks, are rich in choline, a nutrient essential for brain function, nerve transmission, and hormone balance. Choline helps regulate testosterone production and supports the liver, where many hormonal processes begin. Avocados provide monounsaturated fats, potassium, and magnesium, all crucial for vascular health and blood pressure regulation. They also slow digestion, helping beetroot's nitrates stay active longer. Together, beets plus eggs plus avocado form a morning ritual that, opens your blood vessels, stabilizes your energy. It feeds your hormones. It protects your heart and brain. And yes, wakes up the parts of you that matter most. You don't need a $300 supplement stack. You don't need to biohack your breakfast like a lab rat. You just need to return to something elemental. Root, protein, fat, color, vitality, grounding. It's simple, it's ancient, it's powerful. I've seen it change men not overnight but over weeks. Not with noise, but with quiet strength. Dr. Q&A common questions about beets. All right, I've been reading your comments, and I hear you loud and clear. Let's do a quick Q&A. These are some of the most common questions I get when I recommend beetroot to my male patients over 60. Q1. Doctor, can I eat beets if I have high blood pressure? Yes, and in fact, you should. Multiple studies, including one from the British Heart Foundation, have shown that nitrate-rich foods like beets can lower systolic blood pressure by 410 mmHg within hours. But consistency matters. It's not a one-time fix, think daily, not occasionally. Q2, I'm diabetic, won't beets spike my blood sugar? Great question. Beets have a moderate glycemic index, but a very low glycemic load, meaning they don't actually spike your blood sugar significantly unless eaten in huge amounts. According to Cleveland Clinic, 1 cup of cooked beets has about 13 grams of natural sugar, but it's balanced with fiber and antioxidants. Paired with protein and fat, it's totally safe for most diabetics. Still, talk to your doctor if unsure. Q3. Can beet juice replace whole beets? Technically, yes, but with limits. Beet juice gives a faster nitrate hit, but it's missing fiber, and if pasteurized, it may lose some active compounds. Harvard Health suggests whole beets or fresh-pressed juice offer the best results. Also, avoid bottled beet drinks with added sugars or fruit blends. That's a metabolic landmine. Q4. When is the best time to eat beets? Morning, hands down. Studies from NIH on circadian rhythm and blood pressure show that nitrate intake in the morning has the strongest effect on vascular tone throughout the day. You want blood flowing when you're most active, not when you're asleep. Q5. How long until I feel the difference? Some men feel better circulation within 1-2 hours. But for long-term effects, libido, stamina, warmth in the feet or hands, give it 10-14 days of consistent use. It's not a caffeine jolt, it's a recalibration. So, have you tried beets yet? If not, what's stopping you? Let me know in the comments, and who knows, your question might be featured in our next video. Final summary and call to action. Let's bring it home. If you're a man over 60, and you've been waking up tired, cold, slow to move, or quiet where it counts, you're not broken. You're just underfueled, and the fix, it might be sitting in your produce drawer right now. Beets, eggs, avocado, not supplements, not surgeries, just a better breakfast. What we do first thing in the morning sets the tone for everything else. Your energy, your blood flow, your focus, even your confidence. I've seen too many men reclaim their mornings and their manhood just by changing what's on the plate. And now it's your turn. So let me ask you this. Are you going to try the Beetroot Morning Combo tomorrow? Type "I'm in" the comments if you're ready to commit or